Hey, good morning, y'all. Florida Boy here. Okay, so I got my metal, and I'm going to mess around with this a little bit today. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. I'm supposed to get a whole bunch of that Florida Liquid Sunshine today, so hopefully I'll get a little bit done. But I wanted to give y'all a little quick tip on cutting aluminum. There's no better way to cut metal, period, whether it's soft aluminum or hardened steel, than with a plasma cutter. But plasma cutters are extremely expensive, and if it's not something you're going to use pretty much on a daily basis, it's quite a bit of an investment for a project that you're going to do once or twice. So anyway, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Some guys use a circular saw with a metal blade. I've tried that personally. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with that, but I'm going to give y'all a little quick tip of how I cut, or at least soft aluminum anyway, and I've had pretty good success with it. So I'll show y'all how to do that in just a second. Okay, what I like to do is, after I've made my marks, I know the sun's probably blinding the heck out of y'all can see that or not. I'm going to point to this mark with a screwdriver right there. I just measured my distance, which happens to be 6 inches from here, and same thing here, 6 inches, and made a mark. And what I like to do is take my straight edge and clamp the straight edge on those marks, and then I'll take an old screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, and kind of sharpen up the tip on one side, and I'll simply go down the straight edge and score that metal, and I'll go over it 2 or 3 or 4 times and try to score it as deeply as I can. Now that does a couple of different things. One is it's a permanent line. It's like permanent marker. It's not going to come off when you spray your lube on there, and you have to do that to keep the blade cool. So it's a permanent line. It's not going anywhere. Secondly, depending on how thick and how soft the metal is, if you score it deep enough, your blade will actually try to follow that line. It'll fall in a trough where you've gouged it out, and it really helps to get a smooth cut. I'll show y'all what I use. I basically use a little old jigsaw, and I try not to make the speed too fast or too slow. Usually around 4 or 5 on the dial seems to work pretty good for me. You obviously have to use a metal blade, and you'll probably have to change it out quite a bit. I don't like the teeth to be too deep. It's kind of medium, and I think I like about 10 to 12 teeth per inch. Seems to work real good with this. This is T66. It's 90 thousandths, or 0.90, not too thick. It's bendable, it's weldable, so it's pretty good stuff. But I'll tell you what, it's all. I haven't worked with a whole lot of aluminum. It's been trial and error, but you know what? It's been the best way for me, and it works real good. And again, best way to do it is a plasma cutter, if you have one of those, or you can afford one of those. But like I said, they're pretty expensive. So anyway, I'm gonna make my cuts here and see how much we can get done today. All right, I'll be back with y'all in a bit. Peace. Hey y'all, Florida Boy back with you. Okay, so I've made my little support bracket. I don't remember if y'all remember from one of the last videos, but I just wanted to reinforce this right here. Initially I thought that this was help supported by the back of the existing wall that was there, but it obviously was not tied into that wall, and although it's pretty stout, doesn't have a lot of weight on it, I wanted to just support it a little bit more, so I just built this little support bracket, and that's good to go. I feel a little bit better about that. I do have my metal cut out, and I'll show you all that in just a second. Okay, so I decided to cut down the full 8-foot length, and instead of cutting them in half, I just figured it'd have a little bit more structural integrity being one piece. So I'll tell you this, you have to be patient when you're cutting long runs of aluminum. You got to change your blade out fairly often, and just be patient. It's worth it. You end up getting a real nice clean cut if you take your time. And not that I even really needed one on this. I mean, it's just going to be tucked up behind that wood. It's just to be able for me to be able to have a transition point where the 2 pieces of wood, the good existing wood that's on the coach now, and the piece I'm going to replace have a joining point. So yeah, that's it. And another thing I would suggest too, if you're trying to make a straight line, and there's not a lot of 8-foot straight edges out there. I usually, most of them are all 6 foot. I mean, I'm sure you can get them. I'm sure they're out there, but you can use anything that is straight. I don't really recommend wood, because you can look down the wood and it looks straight, but it's they always have a little bit of curve to them. I just used a piece of extruded aluminum that I had. I had a little piece of square tube that was 8 foot, so I laid it and laid my line out for the edge. So anyway, this is 2 inches, this is 4 inches. The 2 inches is going to get tucked behind the existing wood, and the new wood will get butted up to here, and everything will get bolted through. So I'm just going to stick that up there for right now and show you all real quick kind of what that's going to be like. All right, peace. Okay, this is basically it. It's not rocket science. This is pretty much how it's going to go. This 6-inch piece of aluminum, 4 inches exposed, 2 inches under here, and we're going to bolt it in, countersink all the hardware. And when we butt up a new piece of wood, obviously we're going to drill it and bolt it through as well. So not rocket science. It's pretty easy deal right there. I just got it kind of propped up right now with a piece of wood, but it slid up behind the existing wood, and that's pretty much it. I got to go and get me some hardware. I need pick up a few things, and we'll get that bolted in there, and then we'll gonna finish the door for the storage compartment, and then start making some measurements and cutting some wood. All right, y'all, that's pretty much it for today. We're supposed to have a lot of rain today. We got a little bit here and there, but not bad. So we're gonna try to play with this a little bit more tomorrow, and hopefully make some good progress. All right, y'all take care. Peace.